In this video, I'll be comparing three heavy hitter fragrances from House of Parfums de MARLY, Carlisle, HEROD, and Layton. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If your first time here, my name is Mehdi. I'm talking about fragrances. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. Then you will be notified by my future uploads. At first, I want to review the fragrances separately. Then we come back and compare them together. So at first I want to start by Carlisle. So what I can get from Carlisle. Carlisle is a complex, medicinal, dark, smoky fragrance with sourness and sweetness in the same time. So sourness here is not citrusy kind of sourness. I can say dried, tobacco-y type of sourness, like a package of cigarettes. In that genre I can get sourness, and sweetness is here a little bit, I can say, thick, like tonka and vanilla together. So but sweetness is here at the opening. At the background, at the dry down, is much more prominent compared to the opening. So this is not the most creative fragrance from this house. I can get little inspirations here, like 5 to 10% tobacco oud by Tom Ford, and oud would like 30%, like 40% inspirations at the total, and like 60% take off House of Parfums de MARLY and some additionals on those DNAs, in my humble opinion. If you have a smelled red tobacco by House of Monster, also there is similarities with that fragrance as well, but this came before. So Carlisle is a dark, slightly medicinal at the opening, tobacco-y, oudy, smoky fragrance with hints of sourness and sweetness in the same time. So main players are leather, oud is a little bit here waxy, medicinal, tobacco, vanilla, and tonka. About performance, like most of the Parfums de MARLY fragrances, this one is a bit smooth, good performing fragrance as well. Lasts on me 12-14 hours plus in terms of longevity, with 2-3 hours. Very good projection and sillage. At the first hours, projection and sillage is very loud. At the second and third hours, fair and noticeable. About compliments, not the most complimenting fragrance from this house. I have received few compliments from men only, not from ladies that much. It's not a lady pleaser type of fragrance. One of the compliments was like, you smell very sweet. It was very unexpected for me, because I cannot classify this fragrance as a sweet fragrance, but for whatever reason I got a compliment that I'm smelling very sweet. Seasons and occasions, it is definitely a fall and winter fragrance, and it smells very dressed up, better for night times. Let's continue by another heavy hitter from this house, HEROD. It is also not the most creative fragrance out there. I can catch for sure inspirations by another fragrances, for example Paco Rabanne's 1 million, 5-10% tobacco oud by Tom Ford, but this one is safer compared to tobacco oud, way more safe, and definitely darker and more daring compared to 1 million by Paco Rabanne. So scent of this fragrance is tobacco-y, sour, spicy, and sweet in the same time. Again, sourness is here not citrusy type of sourness, not fruity type of sourness. It is tobacco-y, dry tobacco leaves plus ash note, which gives to this fragrance a very strong character. That ash note helps the fragrance stand out and gives a very deep uniqueness. It is ashy, tobacco-y. I cannot get any oud here, and definitely vanilla. I can get sweetness, sourness, and the spiciness in the same time. At the opening, HEROD is jammy and sour at the same time. Sour jam, sour cherry jam, which is touchable in the most of tobacco-based fragrances. At the dry down, it loses like 90% of that jammy vibe, but saves 10% of it, but smells more ashy and dirty compared to opening. Ash note will be much prominent at the dry down of this fragrance. So for me, HEROD is a spicy and tobacco-y fragrance, not that much resiny or not that much woody. It is all about tobacco and easy to wear type of spices, not oriental or foodie, that much smelling type of spices like cinnamon and vanilla plus tobacco, and I have no idea how they give that ash note to this fragrance. HEROD is a decent performer fragrance. For me, I can hear a lot about bad performance of this fragrance, about reformulations. It lasts on me easily 10 to 12 hours plus with 2 to 3 hours. Good projection and sillage. First hour is like room filler, and the second and third hour is pretty noticeable, I can say. About compliments, it is not a lady pleaser type of fragrance, but it is a complimental type of fragrance, I can say, like 6.5 out of 10, not like left and right, but you're gonna get noticed and definitely compliments by this one. About seasons and occasions, this is definitely a fall and winter fragrance, and it smells official and dressed up to my nose. So next one is Layton, one of my most favorite fragrances in the collection. I really enjoy scent of this one, and one of those rare 10 out of 10 fragrances for me in terms of compliments, ladies' reactions, scent profile and performance, all 10 out of 10. So how is scent of this fragrance? It is fruity, resiny, spicy and woody. Fruity, resiny, spicy and woody. Fruity because of apple. Apple is here cooked like apple jam, apple pie. Spicy because of black pepper and cardamom. Cardamom is much more prominent here, and vanilla as well. Resiny because of, I believe, opoponax, because it smells waxy or wixy. We can get that vibe mostly from opoponax. And woody, I cannot say which kind of wood, but it is very bitter. I would like to say wood to this one, but I'm not sure. It is a little bit synthetic type of woodiness. Very great and complex type of fragrance with a little designer touch. It is mostly in the niche side, but you can catch some designery vibe out of this fragrance as well. It is not a blind buy worthy type of fragrance. It is pleasant, complimenting and mass appealing type of fragrance, but can turn you off because of that waxy, wixy note and nuances. That's why I believe it is mostly in the niche side with some designery vibes. As I said, it is one of those 10 out of 10 fragrances in terms of performance as well. Lasts on me 10 to 12 hours plus. On the skin, on the clothing, like maximum 1 week with 2-3 hours. Great projection and sillage. Definitely a fall and winter fragrance, and it smells like 90% dressed up. So let's make a fast comparison between these three fragrances. If you want to go by compliments, I suggest you go by Layton, then HEROD. Carlisle is not that great compliment either, but if you like much more the complex and medicinal, woody and heavier stuff type of fragrances, I suggest you go by Carlisle. So in terms of performance, by a little bit difference, I can say Carlisle is winner, then Layton, then HEROD. In terms of versatility, for me, Layton is the most versatile fragrance on the list, and in terms of ladies' reactions, definitely Layton. Don't forget subscribe the channel. That was today's video. If you have any opinion, suggestion, question, let me know in the comments below. I will answer you. See you in another video.